was at work, working normally, had my breakfast, thought I had indigestion, just carried on my job, finished work at 2:30, was driving home, kept thinking, I've got a bit of a pain, but felt like I needed to burp. Came home, went to bed at 8 o'clock. Then I knew something wasn't right when I started sweating profusely, but I was freezing cold, and the pain intensified in my chest. So I was trying to get my leg out of bed to bang on the floor to call for Paul. In the end, I just shouted.
My son was shouting up to me, "Dad, Dad, Mum wants you." So I've gone running upstairs, and she was lying on the bed, and just the colour of her, I could tell something was really serious. So me and my son looked at each other and said, "We better call an ambulance."
Because I had to be up at 4 o'clock in the morning, I had taken a sleeping pill to help me sleep. So I was sort of in and out, and then the next thing I remember getting to the hospital until I woke up on the ward and was told that I'd had a stent fitted.
Julie came to the hospital as an emergency. She was having a heart attack, and she'd blocked the artery to the bottom of her heart, and she had primary angioplasty, so the artery was successfully opened.
When I woke up on the ward, I felt fine. People came to visit me from work. It was totally normal, and then I started to decline.
She was getting worse, and the doctors and nurses were troubled and didn't know what was going on. She wasn't speaking to us. You could tell that something was seriously wrong.
I couldn't breathe. It was like that all the time, and it just getting worse and worse and worse, till in the end I couldn't breathe at all. You know the masks they used in COVID? They put one of those on me for a while to help me breathe while they were trying to figure out what was causing the problems. That's the last I remember. Then I was put into my drug-induced coma for 8 days.
We tried a number of times to take the breathing tube out to get her off the ventilator and get her breathing on her own, and each time we did so, she developed fluid on her lungs. And it became clear that the reason for that was that she had a leaky mitral valve, a leaky inlet valve to the left side of the heart.
The surgeons were saying, there was different procedures they were going to do. Some were very serious, like open heart surgery. We were praying it wasn't going to be there. They said what we might be able to do is go through the groin and staple the heart.
When I woke up, the nurse said you can have something to drink now, because obviously for 8 days it was just a sponge in my mouth, which was delightful. So then she said, well, what do you want to drink? I said, I want a bottle of Coke.
Yeah, you could just see her getting a sense of humour back, talking. She was so much better. And then like a couple of days later, put her back on the normal ward. Quite
a few nurses came down to the normal ward and were like, wow. We thought we weren't. I said, you weren't going to see me again? And they were like, yeah. A lot of people have asked me, do you have to stop doing this, stop doing that? I haven't had to stop doing anything. My life is the same as it was before my procedure. And we're sort of back into that routine again. Until such time it's time to retire, then we can really go for it, But until that time, you've still got to work and keep a roof over your head. I walk around for 7 hours a day at work. I sit down when I have my hour's break. So I'm on the go. I think I get my 10,000 steps in heels.